Hi, muted. Hi, welcome to the live stream. I apologize. I've changed the time again. So I'm trying this time, which is 6 p.m. UK time. I'm just trying this out. This could be the new time, the new semi-permanent time. So I now share the Zoom link on my YouTube channel. If you go to the post tab, you can see the link there. Um just so it's easier to find. Let me just um yeah, so yeah. So what usually happens is I do the introduction and then I open for people to ask any questions about non-duality, either on the chat or preferably through um Zoom. I would love to go and get a hot drink, but it would be a bit rude to go and take that time to go and boil the kettle and then come back up. So I shall go without, sacrifice myself and go without. I have water, so that should be okay. So the title of this is, oh, I'm on a different screen, doesn't show that. To share about that which doesn't speak and yet is speaking. To share about that which doesn't speak and yet is speaking. I mean, what we're talking about here in non-duality is discovering what we essentially are, or what essentially is. Discovering that which doesn't speak, that which doesn't move and change, that which has no quality, has no name or label or quality, has no form. Discovering that which is unfindable in form, unfindable as an idea or a thought or a concept or any object. So it seems that that which is unfindable seems to lose itself, identified to a movement of thought. Obviously, it doesn't really lose itself, but that seeming object of identification becomes very loud or very strong, or becomes the total experience. So the object, the form becomes the main performance, the main object on the screen, let's say. And that perspective from that object, from that performer, seems to dominate the attention, dominate the screen. This narrative of I'm looking, I'm someone, me. And so rather than this emptiness, this freedom, this beingness, this formlessness. Being fluid and free. The experience of humans is more a solidness into I am someone. I am limited. I am a vulnerable, small, limited thing in the universe. And then this whole drama plays out about this someone on this journey, this someone in this story, in the universe, on this planet, in this family, in this country, in this society, in this relationship, in this circumstance, in this situation, in this class, in this financial situation, in this skin color, in this body, this gender, this whatever it is, on and on and on. All these things. What's overlooked or forgotten or covered up with that story is this, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what to call it, this freedom, this beingness, this not a thingness, this everythingness. That is simply free, simply here, simply free. Not affected by any of those things that the humans have made up, any of those ideas and thoughts the humans use to communicate. It's just free, free in its beingness. And so waking up is this discovery, this remembering, this revealing of that simplicity of what is, the simplicity of what we are, what this is, beyond any label, any thought, any idea, any experience. Just this raw remembering. It may seem like nothing. It may sound like nothing. Like if we try to compare it to an experience, like an amazing experience of fireworks and fun and all these things, it can sound like not very impressive. In the world we can have experiences that are mega. You can, I don't know, fly in a helicopter over, you know, Niagara Falls or there, so beautiful, and have amazing experiences. Rent a penthouse, you know, Hollywood or something. We can have some major experiences on this planet, beautiful experiences, which seem really up there, really high level experiences. But waking up is the ultimate experience in a way because it isn't an experience. It isn't something that's limited to an experience. It's beyond all experiences, temporary experiences. Like if you have like the highest experience, terrible example, but I'm thinking I can't think of anything else. So renting a helicopter, going to a penthouse or something, and if you're like ill at the time that you're doing that, it may not feel so great. Or if you're renting a yacht or something, a super yacht, great. If you're ill or something, or your child's ill, or your family member's ill, or something happens, it can ruin the experience. It's the your room is not been made properly, or the food you wanted isn't on board, or something. It can ruin the experience. So experiences are temporary for a start, but also they can't always fulfill the idea of, well, they never can fulfill the idea, not often, you know. Life often does that. Because nothing can ever fulfill you, nothing can ever be it. No limited experience can ever be it, no matter how grand and how wonderful and enjoyable. What's being spoken about in non-duality is beyond experience. You could say it's the ultimate fulfillment because it isn't something that's temporary. And you, meaning that the mind, can't have it because it isn't a thing. And so it's free. You can't have it and lose it. You can't have it and break it. You can't have it and then not have it. You can't earn it and have it and others not have it and have to earn it. Like it's not. It's beyond that. It's freedom. It's love. It's peace. It's contentment. It's happiness. It's a remembering what's here already, going back to what we already are, going back to what simply is. What unconditional love. What unconditional love. So you're welcome to ask or bring up any questions you have about this subject. I'm Marianne. I've lost your question. It's in the chat. When there is identification with thinking, for example, wanting it, then there is no access to it. When there's identification with thinking, for example, wanting it, then there is no access to it. So for the thinking mind, this sense of this narration of someone that's wanting it, that's wanting to find something, that's seeking. There is no finding for that person. There's no finding for that stream of thinking, for that seeking. There's no finding. But this isn't about finding the person finding anything, or the story of you finding something. It's like a finding or a revealing beyond you. There's no one that finds, excuse me, that finds anything. There is a revealing. There is everything. Identified as that person, as that story in time. Then there will be forever seeking. Because you, that person in time, feels like a you, like a separate you. And so it's seeking to find the release of that discomfort of being separate, believing itself to be real. So this is not about this fake person having access to and finding something. It's this disillusion of that illusion that you are anything. So you know how in like therapy or something, it's about the person. So it's about the person like moving towards something, moving towards a better sense of self, towards a more healed position, place. It's about helping the person to like move through something. This what's being spoken about in terms of waking up isn't about helping the person to move through anything, helping the person to find something. It isn't about that. And people naturally conflate the two and think this is some kind of thing to help people, to help, yeah, to help the person become awakened or become enlightened or become free. But this is a freedom beyond the person. That's why it's so radical. It's beyond the person. That's why it is so radical. There's nothing wrong with helping the person. So, nothing wrong with therapy or anything like that to help the person. It's totally okay, but it's not what's being spoken about. This isn't about the person becoming better or becoming free, which sounds really bizarre or crazy, but freedom is what we are. Freedom is what we are. So this isn't about the person becoming free. It's a freedom that is already beyond the person. And that's what's so radically different about this. It's a waking up, a remembering, a revealing is a nice way to say it, a revealing of that which is already free. And that is the celebration, the joy, the happiness, is that our essential being is free, is happy, is content, is love. That's our essential nature, the essential nature of this is freedom. The only thing that's caged in a story of suffering, of pain, of trying to get to, of this, of that, is the story of someone and all of the emotion and story that's become that. So this is a radical waking up. This is still Marianne. How to break identification or to oh, it disappears if I don't. Right. How to break identification or disillusionate the me, or how to go beyond the person. Yeah. That's the joyful thing about this, about non-duality. That's the joyful thing about it. That's the most beautiful part about it. So in like as a therapy or in like learning, if you're studying something, you're starting off in a position and then you're working through the degrees, chapters, stages, levels until you get to the level, the goal, the end of the learning. You've arrived. And so we're looking for, okay, what's the method? What's the steps I should take to as you've said, break identification or go beyond how do I move through these levels, these stages to get to it? And what makes me chuckle in that is that the response that comes to that is a joy and a freedom because no steps are needed because it's what you already are. It's what already is. So this wanting steps to get to it is from the mind. The mind wants steps of learning to get somewhere. It wants the layout of the land. It wants to work towards it, understandably. But what's being spoken about is what we already are. So the mind wants to go off and work at it, but this is nothing to do with the mind. It's what we already are, what already is. And so it's this revealing of what we are, this which isn't identified to the mind, actually, it's free. But identified to the mind, you know, on the other hand, you could say there are steps, there are things to do. Generally, the things to do are often meditation. It is mentioned a lot, meditating. Um, there's various things, inquiry, questioning who you are. There's devotional things like prayer, asking for freedom, asking for truth, to know what you are. So you could go down those routes as well, looking for practical things you can do to disidentify with the story of you, the thinking mind. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what I would recommend, really. Obviously, listen to non-duality. Find a teacher that you resonate with. So when they're speaking, you can resonate with what they're speaking with. And you, let's say, feel that freedom. You feel what's being spoken about, that openness, that expansion, that simplicity, that love, that beingness. Um, yeah, you have to, I'd say you have to want it, I guess. You have to want it, and you have to dedicate everything to it. You have to, yeah, follow your heart, really. And if your heart is touched by this, then that's it. That's it, I'm afraid. I was going to say you are doomed, but Oh, thank you, Marianne. Thank you for your question. Yeah, it is clear sometimes. Yeah, it's clear sometimes. Yeah. And then the thoughts come and talk about it. It becomes unclear again. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the mind is very strong. The mind is very strong. Obviously, it's not as strong as being, but it's strong as in the habit of yeah, this belief in the thinking, just this dreaming, energetic dreaming. It's quite beautiful, really. Thinking of Rumi, I'm thinking of swirling, like the swirl of it. It's beautiful. Mm. Spinning. Mm. It is similar freedom. It is similar. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Guyana. It is similar freedom. Oh, when walking in the forest and nature, very strong, the mind change thinking. Mm. Being in nature is very beautiful. Maybe you mean the mind's more spacious. There's less. The thoughts are more opaque or something. They're not so strong when you're in the forest and in nature. Mm. Mm. Well, yeah, it's been lovely. It's been lovely doing the stream. Nice talking to you, or talking with you, should say, maybe. Yeah. Um, yeah, just lots of love, and I shall see you next time. Yeah, lots of love. Bye. Has YouTube caught up? It seems quicker. It'll not more in tune with the live Zoom why? When I put the link onto YouTube rather than onto Facebook. That's bizarre. Why would it be quicker? But it is. It's not as behind. Weird. Okay. Anyway, thank you. Bye.